Hi, this is Rich. Welcome back. I just finished my 20th week on WEGOVY. I took my 21st shot just a few moments ago. Same as always, no side effects, controls my appetite, does everything it's supposed to be doing, everything they promised it would do. And I've had no side effects. I'm on the lowest dose. I'm going to continue to stay there until I need to do anything else. So far, so great, I think is what I should start saying. I know the downside of that is that anytime I come here and I say that I've gained weight, then it's on me. I can't blame it on how hungry I was or I couldn't control it because I'm really never hungry. That doesn't mean that I don't have urges to just eat something when I'm watching a movie or something. But that's not just purely because of hunger and Wegovy really helps me control that. So even if I am thinking, oh, I should break into the bag of candy for Halloween and early and have a couple pieces, I'm able to resist that. And that's what I did. So last week I promised that I was going to participate in Halloween this year, hand out candy to the kids, and I got a big bag of Costco 150 piece fun size candy bars, all the kinds that I like, Reese's peanut butter cups and Hershey's and stuff like that. And it sat on my counter for a little more than a week. Normally, that bag would have been open and it would have been half gone or worse. But I didn't open it until just before the first trick or treater came, and that was a it worked out well because then I didn't have the urge to eat anything because I wasn't opening the bag. And I think if the bag had been open, it would have been harder. Although, I also promised that I wasn't going to eat anything during Halloween when I'm handing out the candy. And, you're getting up from the chair and going and answering the door and you hand a piece of candy, or I was handing handfuls of candy because I don't get that many kids. I was giving handfuls of candy to the kids. And then it would have been really easy for me to take a handful back to the chair with me and then munch it down. And then every time I go do that to next kid, or I just go look and see if there was any more kids. And then, by the way, I'm by the candy bowl, so I might as well take more candy. I didn't do that this year. I refused to eat any candy this year. It was a little difficult. It wasn't, I don't feel like I missed out on a ton of stuff, but I felt really good about myself the next day. So I even made some jokes to my family that I was munching the candy right now, and they are all saying, "Well, you promised, you made a commitment. You can't eat candy." So I've got a lot of supporters on my side that helps. I think it also helped that I told you that I wasn't going to eat any candy, and that I was going to really watch what I was eating and things like that because this week was harder. I mean, there's just more food around. There were candy bars and brownies and cookies, and people brought in all kinds of treats, not only for Halloween, but we had Diwali, and it's an Indian holiday that was also, I think it was Thursday. Some people celebrated on Friday. It's actually a multi day holiday. And as best I can tell, it's about sweets and fireworks. There is a rationale behind the festival, but the big thing that everybody talks about is the sweets and the fireworks. So just like here, right? Every holiday here is the same way, and we're going into that danger zone of holidays now, between Halloween and New Year's, where you've got essentially four different holidays that are revolving around food. I know there's other purposes for the holidays too, but a big part of it is getting together with family, getting together with friends, and eating and drinking and things like that. So Halloween down. Moving into Thanksgiving soon, and that's when we have our turkey and stuffing and gravy and sweet potatoes and pumpkin pie, and then of course you can't just have pumpkin pie. You got to have pecan pie and all the all the things that go along with it. And then you go into Christmas, and Christmas for my family is an Italian meal, so we have homemade lasagna and spaghetti and breadsticks and butter, and then we have oranges, but you can't have the healthy oranges. You got to have oranges and then pour olive oil and pepper all over them. Oh, it's really good. And then you have all of the sweets, and we have what we call aftertizers, not appetizers, but aftertizers, because we don't want to fill up on them before the meal. So we fill up on them after the meal. So we eat early, and then around the next meal time, dinner time, we eat in the early afternoon and the dinner time. Then we bring out a whole bunch of stuff like barbecued meatballs and cheeses and meats and breads and, oh boy, and then candies and all that stuff. So, and that's our Christmas. And then you go into New Year's, and New Year's is all about eating. And you sit there and you eat pizza and all the different appetizers that you have there, chicken wings and things like that. Oh, these couple of months, really the month of November and December, a little bit in October, a little bit in January, it's just the danger zone for if you're going to gain weight. Now, I looked online to see what people typically gain during this period. And according to the New York Times, according to a medical journal, people gain between 1 and 2 pounds. 1.2 pounds is the average. I don't believe it. No way that people are only gaining 1.2 pounds. That's a glass of water. Come on, that's a maybe a couple glasses of water, but come on, that 1 pound. I don't think so. Everybody I know is complaining at New Year's time, saying that they've gained 5 pounds, they've gained 10 pounds, they've gained 15 pounds, or they've gained so much that they have to break out the bigger pants, or they're really kind of stuffing themselves into their pants, trying to figure out how to button them and make sure the belt doesn't burst. I know that typically I gain anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds during this period, and that's just because there's so many holiday events, and there's so many parties, and there's so many opportunities for drinking and having snacks and bar food and things like that, that I just can't believe that the average American is 1.2. Let me know in the comments if you think it's true. I just don't. So anyway, I know I'm in the danger zone now. I know I'm going into that period of time where I have to be extra conscious about what I'm eating, what I'm doing, whether I really want something or not. And that's kind of how I've been doing my meals for the last 20 weeks. Ever since I started this, is I've been very conscious about the meals I'm having. I don't just have any meal. I may spend a little more money on my meal and get the little bit better steak, or try to make sure that everything that I'm eating is quality. So I have to keep doing that, and hopefully at the end of the year, I'm not crying and saying it didn't work for me. WEGOVY doesn't work, because I think WEGOVY does work. It's how hard do I want to work at it, and it's part of it is I have to keep working at it. I have to keep thinking about it. So enough of that. Well, let's get on to the jokes. So I got 2 jokes this week. It also happens to be the end of daylight savings. And that happens tonight for me, where I'm at. So I know that this is also Cher's, the singer, Cher, her favorite holiday, because she can turn back time. Right? I know it's dumb. The other thing about it being Halloween, and this Halloween this year was on a Thursday. Daylight savings is on a Saturday night, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. And we turn back our clocks because it's a fall back period. Monday should be a national holiday. It should be the national, how do I reset the clock on my microwave holiday? Right? Absolutely. All right, enough of that. The reason you're here. How did I do this week with all the parties? And we actually had an office thing where we had lunch and a bunch of cookies and brownies and stuff like that. I was really good, and I didn't do the things that I didn't want to do. So I didn't have any candy. I didn't have any cookies. I didn't have any brownies, even though they were available to me, and all I had to do was take it. And I decided that I'm not doing that. I'm going to eat the things that I want to eat, not just the things that are available to me. So I lost another 2 pounds. That brings me down to a total of 76 pounds down. I'm not giving it back. I'll see you next week.